come spend the day with me at Knott's Berry Farm in Buena Park, California. Let's go! Hi Biscuits, I'm Jeremy and you can call me Jerendell. Thank you so much for coming by and subscribing to my channel, where theme park and travel enthusiasm come together for a massive sleigh! Come along with me and experience the thrills and adventure that this world has to offer. Buckle up Biscuits, because it's time to go on our next theme park adventure. Come with me to experience the Knott's Hotel and one of my favorite amusement parks, Knott's Berry Farm. The Knott's Hotel underwent a renovation recently and opened mid last year in 2024. I would have loved to have seen what it looked like before, because when I tell you the hotel is stunning, this hotel is gorgeous. It is stunning. And for the price I paid for it, I am completely blown away, let alone to be steps away from the front gate for Knott's Berry Farm. But enough talking, let's go take a look. Walking up to the Knott's Hotel, I was prepared for it to be just fine. It looks fairly standard, fairly basic, but when I walked inside, my breath was completely taken away. The lobby is open, grand. I'm loving this combination of rustic country with elevated restoration hardware. Around the corner, you're going to have Berry Place, which is a gift shop that has a lot of the Knott's Berry Farm merch. There's also some Boysenberry goodies, snacks, etc. I have not eaten at 30 Acres Kitchen yet, and the Starbucks opens at 6:30. The pool deck is also gorgeous. It's a massive space. The pool is a good size. There's a splash pad play area and tons of chairs. The gym is small and relatively straightforward, but it will get the job done. Any gym that has 2 cable machines at a hotel is fine by me. But Biscuits, it's time to go check out our king room, and I am so excited. And as we make our way down the hall, welcome to your king room at the Knott's Hotel. Immediately to your left, there is a small closet that can provide some storage space for your bags. Next to that, you're going to have your one and only vanity. It's a nice size with plenty of counter space, and y'all know I travel with my full-size water pick, so I need all the counter space I can get. For 2 people, this will be just fine, and I love the lighting around the mirror. The lighting also had different brightness modes, which I thought was a lovely touch. Next, we're going to have the quaint bathroom, which is going to also have a tub shower combo, and as you can see, plenty of towels. The tub is relatively spacious. If that is your thing, I was able to sit down and extend my legs fully, and I am almost 6'3". The water pressure was also just fine, and it did not take much time for the water to get warm. And dare I say, I am a huge fan of these Boysenberry bath products. The body wash smelled fantastic. Biscuits, into the room where none of the magic happens. Wow, wow, wow. This room is absolutely stunning. I love when art in the room tells a story, and I really enjoy the paneling behind the bed and the end tables. The fixtures in this room also feel elevated and expensive. There are plenty of outlets around the room, and there's some extra storage space on the end tables. I love a cozy little seating nook, and this room not only has 1, but 2. One of which is an oversized chair, which is fabulous, and I love using these in the morning while I'm getting ready or winding down at the end of the night. Now, can we talk about this paneling that is around the TV? I am taking notes. I would love this in my home. You're going to have your coffee maker, coffee and tea under the TV, and to the right is going to be your small refrigerator. This also has to be one of the biggest TVs I have ever seen in a hotel room. The king bed was divine. It was a wonderful medium firmness, which I really enjoy, and so does my back. The linens were a little on the scratchy side, but aside from that, I had a wonderful night's sleep, and I cannot wait to sleep here again. An absolute sleigh! Biscuits, today we are at Knott's Berry Farm in Buena Park, California, a park that I have been visiting since I was a kid, and it always brings me so much joy to come back because I have so many incredible memories here. And Knott's is not only unbelievable for the theming, for some of the best theme park food, arguably, that you're going to get. We just walked past the iconic Knott's Chicken Dinner, unbelievable fried chicken. But they have some of the best roller coasters in the country, in my opinion. Between Ghostrider, a night ride that cannot be missed, especially in the back row. Silver Bullet, which is an invert that gets a lot of, the opinions on it are kind of hit or miss. I personally love Silver Bullet, but then Accelerator, Intamin's first hydraulic launch coaster, which still to this day is one of the most thrilling and intense experiences on many roller coasters that you are going to find out there. So let's go have an amazing day here today at Knott's Berry Farm. Oh boy. biscuits, there are kids everywhere. Oh no, I don't know what's going on, but I think that there is some kind of like a school thing that's gonna be happening today. I was hoping that since it's a Friday, it's a weekday, that it wasn't really going to be that crowded, but due to the volume of kids that I have seen both over here by the Starbucks and now over here in front of the park, I'm a little terrified. Bye. And one of the main reasons I wanted to get here, it's a 10 o'clock opening, it's 9 a.m. I have heard that Ghostrider sometimes opens early around 9:30. So I want to see if that is going to be the case today and if we can knock out Ghostrider first thing in the morning, because if you can, that is usually where people always go first and the line gets a buku bonkers nutso insano and quite honestly stays like that for a lot of the rest of the day on the crowded days. So let's see if it opens early, and then after that we can road drop back to Accelerator, again, one of my favorite roller coasters in the country. Security opened right at 9 a.m. and we are right here at the front of the gate. Now, if we get in early and Ghostrider opens, maybe we can even get on it a couple times. That is going to be the biggest sleigh and one of the best ways to start today. So let's see what happens. And we're in, let's go! It's a little after 9:30, they open the gates, and then we're doing a hold right here at the entryway to Ghost Town. So as you can see, the crowd is starting to come, so it is gonna be a little buku bonkers as we head to Ghostrider, but that is still gonna be our first ride of the day. Biscuits, it's 9:50 a.m. It does not look like Ghostrider is gonna be coming up early this morning, but look at this crowd already. Oh, bye. Have a great day.
We're all gonna walk in a single file line, okay? Follow me.
I can't even begin to say how good it is to get back on Ghostrider, because I didn't get to go on it last time. The line was so long, but this ride is running incredibly. Especially first thing in the morning, we were flying through the course. There were some really good pops of airtime. Oh, I love this attraction, and it only gets better as the day goes, but I cannot wait to get back out in the back row. This ride, the lateral's insane. In the front row, some really good pops of airtime, but in the back row, oh my goodness, biscuits, it gets insane, and I cannot wait to get to do that later today. But for now, we're revising our plan a little bit. We're gonna go to Pony Express. Pony Express gets really busy in the afternoon, and they may only be running one train. They had one train on last time. So we're gonna go knock that out and then head to Accelerator. And then we'll see where the rest of the day goes. Probably HangTime and Supreme Scream, but so far, what an unbelievable way to start the day. Pony Express is up and running. It's a little bit tucked away in the back, but again, this is a ride that you're going to want to knock out early because it does get very popular. It is a family-oriented ride. The line gets very, very long, and if they are only on single train operations, you're going to be waiting a really long time. Wait a minute, they have a second train back on the track. It's not running right now, but to see that they have two trains that look to be able to operate at the same time or on the track at the same time, that's great news, because that is going to improve the operation so much more over here.
Welcome back. Right in your Independent Express is slowly coming to an end. On your right hand captain, pulling your seats out, riders remain seated and do not get I am so glad that Pony Express is out of the way. Look, it's a fun ride, especially in the back row. I enjoy it. It's nice. This is definitely more uncomfortable than the likes of Tron or some of the other motorbike roller coasters. It just feels more compact as a whole, but it's a great family roller coaster. It is a great transitional roller coaster, which these parks need for roller coasters that bridge the gap between a more extreme coaster like we're heading to Accelerator and then something that is more geared towards younger kids. It's a great bridge to the gap, and it's a really nice ride to get to have here, but it's a one and done for me. I will typically not go on it more than once, and sometimes when I come, I will even skip it altogether if the line's too long. But for now, to one of my favorite rides in the country, Accelerator. Yeah! It doesn't matter how many times you ride Accelerator, this ride takes your breath away every single launch. And then again, if you're in the back row, when it takes you over the top hat there at the top, I am so excited to get back on. Launch 0 to 82 miles an hour in less than 3 seconds. This ride is everything I love about a roller coaster. It's intense, it's fun. You get a moment at the top where you get to kind of take in an incredible Southern California view. And even though it's short, it packs such a punch into such a short, compact layout. For this essentially being the prototype and the standard for rides like Top Thrill Dragster, King Dakar, to become a part of the amusement park industry. It is incredible. Intamin, still one of the leading manufacturers in the world. I love Intamins, especially these older generation Intamin models. Also, it's about 10:30. We're 2 rides in, and it's going to be a little bit longer. It looks like they're down. I'm seeing some mechanics up here. It's looking like Accelerator might be down. Now, this happened the last time I rope dropped. They had a little bit of a delayed opening, and I don't know what it exactly was, but it was a quick turnaround. So we're gonna at least see what this is looking like, and then if it's looking like it's gonna be a while, we will move on to the next. But for now, let's give it a look.
Important tips we should cover. As the attendant at the entrance told you, you cannot have any loose items with you as you ride the Accelerator.
This also makes me so happy to see is that they are in the process of getting a second train in operation. Yes, it is still very much a skeletal structure up the train, but to know that this could be coming in operation soon is really, really exciting. We are going to let Accelerator go for now. It looks like they're addressing a couple things. Hopefully it's not going to take too long, and then once we see it start to test, we will come back. But for now, we're going to hit the Supreme Scream. Since that is also a lower capacity attraction and has a tendency to get busier as the day progresses, let's go hit Supreme Scream, then go back to HangTime, maybe Coaster. Oh my goodness, that ride. And then we'll come back and hopefully Accelerator will be up, or we'll just continue throughout the day. Now, I've said this before about Supreme Scream. The bark is definitely worse than the bite. It is an intimidating presence. It's over 300 feet tall, but the thing with these S&S drop towers is that they kind of coast. The initial drop kind of will get you in the stomach, and then after that, you can kind of feel it hit its maximum speed and coast the rest of the way down. I'm telling y'all, biscuits, I know it looks scary, I know it's tall, but of all the drop towers out there, this is going to be one of the more tame models of drop towers that you are going to ride. This is another one I'm glad that we're knocking out now, as they are only running 1 drop tower. Now, when the line starts to get a little bit longer, they'll put a second one into operation. But for now, glad we're knocking it out. It's a little after 10:30, so let's get our scream on Supreme Scream. Okay, I'm not really good at Scream because I don't scream that much on this ride, but you get the idea, Darius. Biscuits, when you ride Supreme Scream looking west and you get to take in the mountains, downtown LA, getting to see down to the coast and the water, it is one of the most scenic rides I think that I've honestly ever been on. Except the most scenic ride was in Spain over at, Tibidabo. It's just a montaña rusa roller coaster. It's up in the mountains. You get to see the water. Nothing is going to top that. I don't think anything's going to top that. But this is pretty close. And for a moment, this is probably the scariest ride I've ever had on Supreme Scream, because we got up to the top and I was like, oh my goodness, biscuits, it's beautiful. There's downtown LA. Look at the mountains. Oh my, is that Santa Monica? Ah! It was very that. So I guess that's the key to riding Supreme Scream. Just be completely oblivious and look at everything else that's happening around you, and then you are going to be completely surprised once the ride drops. It was actually really fun. Oh, up next, we are going to be going on one of my more least favorite attractions, only because it is such a tight fit. We are going to be heading onto Ghostrider. Now, look, the last time I rode Ghostrider, my perspective changed on it a little bit. It really wasn't too jerky. The transitions were okay. It is a very small, compact ride. And for me, being almost 6'3" can be a little uncomfortable, but you know what? There is no line. So let's get on Ghostrider, let's give it a try, and we'll see how it is this time. I'm once again going to revisit my opinion biscuits. So, if it wasn't for the shin guards on the restraints, this really wouldn't be that bad. I don't remember why I had such a negative opinion about this ride the very first time I rode it, and I pretty much stopped riding it. But if it wasn't for the shin guards, it would be perfectly fine. It's riding quite smoothly, the transitions really aren't too jerky or that forceful, the trims do hit a little bit, so that helps, but especially again, for transitional purposes, for families, for kids that maybe might be a little bit scared of, say, the likes of HangTime and Accelerator, it is a great option, and they're gonna be way more comfortable than I am, so I'm not mad at it. Am I gonna ride it again today? No, I'm not, but it really isn't as bad. My perspective on Ghostrider has changed for the better. I will ride it at least once a day if it is a walk-on or under 5 minutes. But up next, y'all, it is time for us to get on HangTime. Yeah! And just like that, we walked straight up and straight on. This is, this is a dream day. And one of the reasons why coming to the amusement parks during the school year in the middle of the week is such a massive sleigh. Sure, the hours are a little bit shorter, but even today, it's 10 to 8. You could basically walk on all the rides for most of the day, which, you know, you really can't ask that much more when you're spending a lot of money to go to an amusement park. These Ghostrider Infinity coasters, okay, I can't say these because I've only been on this one, but what an intense ride. From the vertical lift hill, which again is more daunting, I think, than it's not as daunting as it looks, but still, it is one of those unique experiences that we're not accustomed to feeling on a roller coaster. So to be going straight up a massive lift hill, let alone to go over the top just to hang there looking straight at the ground, it is such a unique experience. Much less, this is a compact layout. So there used to be a Vekoma boomerang that used to operate this space, and then this was a replacement for it. And so when you put roller coasters like this on such a tight plot that are A, this tall, and B, the elements are this compact, it's really intense. And that's one of the things I love about this ride, is that the inversions are one after the other, and this ride from start to finish, as soon as you come off at the top of the lift hill, it never slows down until you hit that brake run. It is so much fun. Accelerator is still down. They actually brought the train, I saw on Supreme Scream, they brought it back more to the maintenance area, so it's going to be a lengthy delay. Oh, I'm hearing the hydraulics. Is the train back in the station? No, it's not. I was hearing some of the hydraulics over here by the ride. So it's definitely going to be a lengthier delay. I'm glad we got out of line when we did. So hopefully that can come back up later today. Oh my goodness, this fried food over here smells incredible. Oh my, getting hungry. Jeremy, back on track. Okay, so squirrel! So we are heading now to Jaguar. We're going to knock out the roller coasters, and then once we get all the roller coasters done, then we're going to go to some of the more secondary attractions. So we're going to go to Jaguar, and then hopefully the line for Sierra Sidewinder isn't too long. Y'all, they have 2 trains back on Sierra Sidewinder. When I was here the last time, they only had 1. So that's fantastic. So we're going to hit Sierra Sidewinder, and then we're going to finish with Silver Bullet. And then after that, we're probably going to need to recaffeinate, and then we're going to get on to some of the second tier rides here. So let's go. It's a little after 11 a.m. Y'all, we're slaying. We are absolutely slaying. And it's a beautiful day. Could not be a better day to be at Knott's Berry Farm. Coming up next, we are going to be headed on Jaguar. Now, this ride is so bizarre. It has been so long since I rode it last time. When I rode it in December, I was, first of all, oh, it's coming. First of all, look at how long the trains are. The trains are so long. And then on top of it, it is a really long ride. There are 2 lift hills. I love the theming with the pyramid here, and it's one of those bizarre rides where it's kind of like, did I like that? Did I not like that? That was kind of fun. Where are we? There's a lot happening, yet also kind of like not a lot happening at the same time. Which way am I going? So let's try to knock it out. And it says it's a 15-minute wait. Okay, and just like that, it is pitch black. So let's go see how long the wait is. Oh, biscuits! Thank goodness it is another walk-on. They're actually running 2 trains, which is fantastic, but we are not going to be waiting 15 minutes. We are going to be getting right on right now. Let's go! Jaguar is just so bizarre. It is so funky and so weird. There was also like, was there airtime? Did I make that up? I rode towards the front. Last time I rode it was towards the back. And was there? I'm not sure. I think there might have been. But this ride is just so quirky. It's so weird. It's so interesting. And I love attractions like this that just, in so many ways, don't make sense, but they're also kind of fun at the same time. Did I like it? I think so. Do I have to ride it again today? I don't think so. Maybe I would. Who knows? Speaking of what we're riding next, we're going to be heading over to Silver Bullet. I could see Sierra Sidewinder from the top of Jaguar, and the line was a little on the long side, which is pretty standard for Sierra Sidewinder, but they are also running 2 trains, which will help out a lot. So we are going to come over here to Silver Bullet, which doesn't look as busy, and we're going to knock out Silver Bullet, and then we'll head over and do Sierra Sidewinder. Still not up. Accelerator is still not up at the moment, but hopefully that can come back soon. If anything, we'll just start knocking out some of the other secondary attractions after we finish these next couple rides. Biscuits, we are currently speed walk sashaying our way over to Accelerator, which is open after our ride on Silver Bullet. And I just have to say, Silver Bullet, especially in the roller coaster circle community, it gets a lot of slack for being lackluster and boring and not really intense. Y'all, I don't understand that. Maybe it's my old age dares because I am a seasoned queen. However, I grayed out at several different parts of the ride. At the bottom of the first drop going into the loop between the positive G-forces, I love the 0G roll, and then how it so gracefully continues into a left-hand turn. I love that sensation. And then the helix at the end, totally grayed out. This is an underrated B&M invert. I love it. I love riding it. There isn't one bad area on the ride to ride, and if you are one of those out there that think that Silver Bullet is lackluster and not very exciting, please let me know in the comments because I would love to hear why. Incredible ride. Absolutely incredible. Biscuits, I just walked past some Boysenberry popcorn, which isn't surprising given we're at Knott's Berry Farm, but I love popcorn. I love all things about popcorn. I really enjoy Boysenberry. Not in all things, but for the most part, from what I've had, I really enjoy it. Like I had boysenberry pie last night. It was delicious. Yeah, I think I have to try the Boysenberry popcorn today. Yeah, I think that's gonna happen. But for now, Accelerator is back, and I am so excited to get on it. 0 to 82 in less than 3 seconds. Just over 200 feet tall. Oh, I'm so excited. See, that basically encapsulates how I feel after Accelerator. There are very few rides that I get off of, and I'm just like, Accelerator is one of them. Accelerator debuted in 2002, so for it to be 2025 and for it to still have one of the most intense roller coaster elements out there, that crazy launch from 0 to 82 in less than 3 seconds, really speaks volumes. Unfortunately, the Intamin Hydraulic Launch Coasters are dwindling and going away, but to get to have it, I hope it never leaves, I hope it never changes, because it is truly unique and an experience that you really cannot have at many other theme parks around the world. I love it, it's incredible, it's kind of like a throwback to my childhood, and every time I get to get back on it, it is an incredible day. So I hope that it stays for a very, very, very long time. Up next is going to be our longest wait of the morning so far, and one of the most popular rides in the park, Sierra Sidewinder. And the thing about this coaster that's also fantastic is that it's another bridge the gap, where it is between a thrill roller coaster and a family roller coaster, but this one has a little bit of an additional element. It spins. Not a crazy spin. It's very similar to like Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Rewind, and Epcot in Florida. It's very much like an Omni mover. It doesn't just hurl you in circles, kind of like a teacup. The spinning element is not for everyone, biscuits. Even from time to time, my stomach doesn't really like the turny twirvies. What is that? Where did that come from? I have no idea, but let's coin that turny twirvies. But I love this attraction. Some great positive G-forces and a really fun, compact layout. Let's do it. I'm guessing it's going to be at least 15 to 20 minutes, which, given how the morning is wet so far, it's a little after, I think it's around 11:45, really not too bad. It might be closer to noon, but let's get in line. While they do have 2 trains on the track, they are currently only operating the ones. It says it's about a 15-minute wait. I think this might be a little bit longer, but let's see. Oh no! Sierra Sidewinder just went down, but hopefully it can come back soon. So we're gonna start knocking out some of the secondary rides. I'm starting to get pretty hungry. It's almost noon. I think it's about 11:45. So let's go back to the pier. Let's go knock out some of those rides on the pier, and then maybe get a little bite to eat. So before coming back to the pier, I decided to go on Soul Spin and Revolution. And my goodness, I am so glad that I did those before I ate something. Revolution, the cycle is long. And not only that, the positive G-forces are really insane. So I'm very glad I did that, as well as Soul Spin. Y'all, that ride is so bizarre, and it feels like it defies the laws of all things gravity. I mean, to a certain degree, all of these rides do biscuits, but between being on a slant like this the entire time, not knowing where your feet are, where the sky is, where your sanity is, that ride is out of control. My goodness! Oh, there goes Accelerator! Oh, it is so awesome. I could stand here and watch it all day, and I'm going to, because I have to get a lot of B-roll. Full disclosure, I've never been on either of these rides, the Gliders or the Pacific Scramblers, so I'm excited to knock them off of the bucket list after all this time. But what used to occupy this space was a ride called the Perilous Plunge, and it was probably the most crazy water ride I have ever ridden. If you were looking in this direction where Coaster is, it was a 121-foot drop. It reached speeds of 30 miles an hour and had a near vertical drop and created one of the most massive tidal waves you have ever seen. I kind of miss it just because it was such a unique attraction. I think that there's only one of its kind left in the world, but they really utilize this space well, so I am excited to get on some of these classic rides. I love a moment when you visit a park that you have been to so many times and you get to experience something new. Now, that being said, Gliders was really, really fun. I've seen those attractions at other parks. You don't see them in too many of like the major theme parks around the country, some of the smaller tier parks, and it was really enjoyable. To get to be in control of the ride and manipulate how it moves and the twists and the turns is such a cool feature that is not something you get on a lot of rides. So to get to have that here in a more of a major amusement park is a great ride to get to have, again, especially for the younger ones and for the family. And then the Scrambler biscuits, my goodness, I haven't been on a Scrambler since the last time I've been to a fair. When's the last time I've been to a fair? Yeah, I have no idea. But I had no idea that A, they went that fast, and B, the ride cycle was really long, which in most cases is a great thing. But when you are becoming averse to spinning, as I am, you know, the longer the ride spin, the more you're like, get me off. But even then, it was really fun. I would love to do it at night under the lights and get to experience that as well. But either way, it was fun to get on a couple classic rides that I've never been on. But now I'm doing the thing that I don't ever really do, go on a water ride. I try to avoid water rides at all costs, biscuits. One of my least favorite things is being wet at an amusement park. Another one of my least favorite things, being wet with wet shoes and wet socks at an amusement park. I really hope that this does not tick off both of those boxes, but we are going to find out. What I do remember is that this log ride is really, really good, like really good. I have not been on this probably in at least a decade, so I'm kind of excited to get back on it to see what it's like, but also I think I'm going to regret doing this, but let's just get to it. Let's not delay the inevitable any longer. Hopefully we don't get wet. Think dry thoughts, think dry thoughts. Whoop, and just like that, saved by the wait time. It is 30 minutes and I am not waiting in line for 30 minutes to potentially get wet for the rest of the day. So we are going to go to another underrated and I honestly think under talked about attraction. It is the Calico mine train here at Knott's Berry Farm. This attraction has been here since Knott's first came to the Calico mine train first premiered in 1960. And what you see on the exterior is this unbelievable facade, but what you're not seeing is the gorgeous, stunning attraction that is on the inside, and I think I can take you along for this ride. Let's go get in line.
Well, howdy, folks. The name's Powder Keg Peg, and we're moving on into tunnel number 1 of the Calico mine.
I hope you brought your own picks and shovels. Let's make sure that flash is turned off.
a whopper. Glory hole now. $1 million worth of glorious gold. Look at that little feather. They can fetch with a keg of dynamite. You know, all that dynamite makes me a tad nervous. I'm just going to get out here on this rickety old trestle. And by much, I mean not much at all. So keep your hands and arms inside and don't make any sudden movements. Now we're going into one of the newest parts of the mine. Not much to see. Just some last day of rock down the path. Holy mackerel! They're blasted! Open that throttle, driver! Let's vamoose!
Slow that train down. There's blasting ahead. Slow down there.
Holy folks, that sure was a close one, but thanks to my dynamite driver, we got on there in just the nick of time. Alrighty folks, please remain seated until this train has come down to a full and complete stop. And once it has, feel free to stand on up. Lift up on that seat there in the corner and give that door a little push. Once again, please wait for this train to come to a full and complete stop. You guys are going to stand on up.
The Calico mine train needs to be protected at all costs. It is like stepping back into Knott's history again. I'm pretty sure, I need to check this, pretty sure it was an opening day attraction here when the park opened, but it is gorgeous. I can't believe that back in 1960, this is the caliber of attraction that they were able to put together, and the fact that it still holds up today, I'm not sure what kind of refurbishments it's had over the years, but either way, it is a stunning attraction and one that I always have to ride when I come here to Knott's Berry Farm. Y'all, I am so hungry. It's almost 1 o'clock and all I am thriving and slaying off of right now is a very, very large coffee, but we're gonna head over to Sierra Sidewinder to see if that has come back up and then knock that out. After that, assuming it has come up, we are gonna go get some food, hopefully to one of my favorite spots in the park. It is a barbecue restaurant, or a barbecue quick service, I should say. And last time I wasn't able to eat there because it was so crowded, but hopefully today will be that day, and it looks like Sierra Sidewinder is up. So let's go get on Sierra Sidewinder and then get some food because I am ready to eat. As soon as I got in line, Sierra Sidewinder went down again. But after about 10 minutes, it is back up and we are getting into loading. Let's go! Biscuits, our day today at Knott's Berry Farm has been a massive sleigh! We were able to get on all of the operating major rides today by 1:30, which is going to be one of the best records I have. And that was with some of the rides having some downtime. Accelerator went down right when we got in the line, and then Sierra Siderider went down, not once, but twice. So to be able to knock all of these attractions out within 2.5 hours, essentially, that is an incredible way to start the day. For the rest of the afternoon, Biscuits, oh my. For the rest of the afternoon, I have just been able to walk around the park, take some B-roll, and enjoy just getting to be here, watching the roller coasters. I am so fascinated by the rides. I would love to be able to shadow ride attendants and supervisors just to learn about the rides and how they operate and all the ins and outs. That would be like a dream come true. But then also, I had an amazing lunch today. I ate at the barbecue spot that is right next to Accelerator, and I had the tri-tip with some veggies and then some cornbread. Delicious. They had a boysenberry barbecue sauce. I had several boysenberry things within these last couple days, and I have learned that I am a big fan of boysenberry. I've come to the Boysenberry Fest. It's not like I haven't eaten it before, but I am a big fan, really big fan. Between the salad dressing, the barbecue sauce, the boysenberry pie, the boysenberry bar, I want more boysenberry, please, and thank you. Silver bullet! I could not be happier to have gotten the Prestige Pass, especially with the merger of Cedar Fair and Six Flags. We are going to be spending a lot of time at these parks. The highlights are going to be, obviously, Knott's Berry Farm here, but Cedar Point, Carowinds, King's Dominion. I really want to get to Canada's Wonderland this year for the opening of the new roller coaster, and it's a park that I've never been to that I've been wanting to go to for years. So we've got a lot of roller coaster rides ahead of us this year, Biscuits, and I am so excited to get to take you all along. From my stay at the Knott's Hotel to my day today at Knott's Berry Farm, I have fallen in love with Knott's all over again. So many of my teenage and adult years have been spent coming to this park, so getting to be here is like reliving that, which is very, very special. But it's now 5:45, y'all. I don't have a hotel. I don't know where I'm going, what park I'm going to tomorrow, so we gotta go grab a coffee, sit down, and we gotta figure that out. Thus is the journey of my life. No plan is the plan, and oftentimes no plan is the worst plan. That can sometimes be the best plan, is sometimes a mediocre plan, but then becomes the best plan once again, but then also somehow, curiously, also becomes the worst plan. Thank you for coming along on my day today at Knott's Berry Farm, Biscuits. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. And as always, I'm Jeremy, but you can call me Jerendell, and I will see you at the parks. Bye!